Life doesn't feel linear. It feels like a maze. I wish the space between where I am and where I want to be was a clear path. The space between where I was and where I am has been filled with unexpected stops and struggles. I thought when I found God, everything would make sense. I thought when I accepted Him, I'd have clear answers to everything. Then I found myself in a dark place, filled with even more questions. If God was for me, then why did it feel like everything was against me? If God was so close, why couldn't I feel Him? But I'm left even more disoriented and lost than before. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't tempted sometimes to turn around, to pick the path of least resistance. But I'm done processing my pain in a place that's powerless to help me. I'm beginning to realize that trusting God isn't a one-time decision. It's a daily decision, sometimes an hourly one. Everyone has to go through the dark part to get to the good part. Maybe this maze is not a place where we escape the darkness, but a place where we experience light in the midst of it. Maybe it has less to do with the path we take and more to do with the person we choose to walk it with. That's why YTHX matters. And when I see this maze through a different lens, I can loosen my grip on how I think my life should be, so I can experience something better.
Oh, we can't even smile?
We can't even smile.
Oh, well, that's
really
hard. Because I'm natural, dude.
How does Moses make his coffee? He brews it.
We know the Christian jokes.
Now I'm a little insecure.
What did the ocean say to the beach? Nothing. It just waved.
Got him! Let's go! My wife said I was immature, so I told her to get out of my fort.
Knock knock.
Who's that?
Me.
Me who?
Nice to meet you. Me who? My name is Cole.
The cripple.
I expected more from you, Cole.
I went super light on my ingredients this time too, and they still again.
Thanks.
Youth Nation, what's going on? It's Rhythm Night. What's wrong, mate? Are you cold?
I'm cold.
Why are you cold? Because we're outside.
It's so cold.
It's okay. Stand up.
Okay.
Maybe if you stand up, we have a little. We're tailgating out here because it's the last Rhythm Night of the semester.
Last Rhythm Night!
Last Rhythm Night! Holy cow! Woo! That's how excited we are. Last Rhythm Night semester until YTHX. Until YTHX 2021, July 11th to the 18th. Or you could just come check me out on Thursday nights. Me and John
out there gaming.
I've never
tournament. They have yet to invite me to the games, but
do you want to come?
I'd be down to play.
Okay, Mate's gonna may play in the Fortnite tournament.
Mate Nation.
Mate Nation.
Hey, wait, Layton. There's people on here.
I do.
And there's also people who are not on here.
You're right.
What do they need to do?
You need to be sharing now.
Share it.
If your friends aren't on here, then send them a link.
Yeah. And if you want to see more people here, share.
I was like, it's not our best. No, we can work on it.
It's the last one. We're having fun. We're getting a little crazy.
Fun. I feel like you and our friendship has grown during this.
Definitely.
It definitely has. Hey, we have stakes. That's how committed we are to tailgating. I also want to say hi to Cameron. Look at these people. Cameron, Sarah.
Well, we're on the screen and.
Isn't that weird, dude?
Is that what they're saying?
Youth leader, Carrie, what's a tomato and tangerine. What's
Grace
up, guys?
from South Africa.
Amanda from Aruba.
Whoa, I'm trying to go to Aruba.
Oh, shoot, really? Okay, let's start this off. Guys, I don't use a charcoal grill.
No, I'm a big pellet guy. I'm a pellet.
Yeah, it's very pretentious of you to say.
I know, but it's just it's a lifestyle. You wouldn't understand it. If you guys didn't know.
Pretentious lifestyle, I wouldn't. I'm a very humble person.
Did you guys know Layton has a cat?
Why does this matter? Guys, why is Mate trying to shame me for having a cat?
Single,
in chat.
Single and has a cat. Hey, if that's your kind of guy.
Listen to this. This guy's shaming me because I'm single and I have a cat. If you have a cat and you're single, I love you.
If you want to be with Layton, come to the last Rhythm Night of the year.
Rhythm Night, share. Okay, let's go.
Every time we say that, they shoot stuff out. So I'm just gonna let it rip.
Okay, we're gonna start cooking here.
We're grilling out today. We got some beautiful.
Make sure you're sharing. Okay.
Ribeyes.
Some ribeyes here.
The Layton dumped half of the.
No, I fixed it. I didn't dump anything. Bro, you can't overseason. Look, you can't overseason. Salt, pepper. That's all you need. Some olive oil. That's all you need. I don't
know if I'm about to
eat
this.
Hey, you're about to drop this. Please don't. Please don't. Stop. I don't have it. I don't have it. Okay, come over here. Come right here. Never mind. And then I'll go over. Let's get this bad boy on there.
I'm vegan, so I don't eat meat, but I'm gonna, this will be my first time.
We're gonna let this sit for a minute.
This is gonna be
We're gonna let the smoke really caramelize the outside of the skin.
Right here on the left.
Let's go here. Here, you put this one.
Wow.
Oh God. Oh no. It's in the. We gotta get the fire.
Get the fire extinguisher.
We have the fire. We gotta get the fire. Don't do it. Don't actually do it. Don't actually do it.
How do you use that?
Actually do it.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna mess it up. But that does feel like a problem.
If you guys are wondering what we're doing, we're just tailgating. This is a big tailgate vibe. We're ready for YTHX 2021.
I can't wait. Hey, can you lift this up for me?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, we got people rolling in, dude. Let's go. This is awesome.
Let me do it, Layton.
Okay, I'll hold it.
Layton always tries to steal my thing. And Layton,
I don't try to steal anything. I take ownership. I'm an owner, not a renter. I'm an owner.
Layton is on every week. They only invite me once every 3 weeks.
There's a reason.
And what's that about, Cole? Why do I only get?
Yeah, Cole.
Why do I only get invited?
What's that about, Cole? Okay,
do they not like me?
Come on.
Leave a comment down below if you think I should be on versus Layton.
I need you to do this. I'm out of breath already.
Okay. Ready for this?
No, don't do that.
Boom!
Okay.
Lay that boy on there.
Well, we're gonna let him sit for a second.
You gotta flip it.
No!
Oh.
Guys, don't flip that. You want to keep it.
It's like a pancake. Ready?
We check up on mine. We're gonna go about 3 more minutes on mine. About
and then
3 more minutes
that
on
thing
that.
down.
Hey, while we're at it, let's go ahead. Make sure you're sharing. In fact, like I'm about to share with Mate.
Oh,
Huggy barrel. Which color?
Did you see what he did there? He was talking about sharing the thing, but he also is sharing a drink with me.
I've heard that this is the best flavor. I saved it for you.
Do you guys like these little hugs? Leave a message down below if you like little hugs.
That's a diaper.
Huggies.
The diaper, Cole.
Does Cole wear diapers?
What do you guys want? Anyone?
Word on the street?
Huggy?
Wait. Look at him.
There it is.
Ready? Last Rhythm Night!
Oh,
there we go.
Hey, let me see that timer. I gotta make sure. We gotta check up on this thing every now and then. You don't want that thing to burn. I'm looking at you, chat.
The key to cooking a good steak is cook it all the way through.
Chloe said, "Are they okay?" No, we're not because we're tailgating, baby.
We're tailgating, baby. We've been out here for 48 hours, just ready for it.
This is pure sugar.
Pure sugar.
This is pure sugar.
You won't chug the whole thing.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna have a sugar rush, which means I'm gonna do it. Ready? Are we doing it?
Yep, I'm chugging the whole thing.
Okay,
3, 2, 1. Oh, boom. Go.
Youth Nation.
Last Rhythm Night! Wow.
Youth Nation. I'm gonna throw up.
Nation. All right, I think it's time to check on the steaks, Layton.
Check on them.
Woo!
Yours looks terrible. I don't even know how to.
I definitely would not eat this steak, but know who's going to eat it?
Let's see.
Who's going to eat these steaks when we're done, Layton?
You are.
I'm not eating this
thing.
thing.
I heard Pastor Steven's here. Pastor Steven, come over here. Kidding, he's not here.
No,
he's not here. Pastor Steven, are you in chat? If Pastor Steven in chat, let us know.
Let us know down in the chat what's your favorite
guys,
sermon.
It's coming along, baby. It's coming along.
This is looking nice. Favorite sermon of Death to Duets.
Death to Duets volume. It's been a great volume.
Volume 3.
Do you know we kicked this off? What did we do? What was our first thing that we did for Rhythm Nights in January 2021? What did we do? Do you remember, chat? Let me know.
Was it wings?
No. What? That was like October 2020.
Layton.
I'm mad. I thought our relationship meant more than this, that you would remember.
Dude, I was honestly just about to go into a segment where I was going to talk about all the good times we had. All the good times we had, and now you're bringing this up.
The wig. Do you remember the wig?
No.
Oh my gosh, you don't remember? You sang, you were like Tiffany, you dressed up as Tiffany, and you did the mystery box. Karaoke. The last Rhythm Night. It definitely, they got worse as they went on. Yeah, it's not their fault. It's not their.
It's going to be really hard to clean all this up. So
see timer on this. I think we may be ready.
How do you like your steaks, Layton?
I like them about medium rare.
Leave a comment down in the chat on, do you like it medium? Do you like it medium well? Do you like it medium rare? Me, I'm a rare guy. I'm like a fresh out the packet. You know what I mean? When it's just red and juicy. I like a juicy steak that's like fresh out of the packet.
Yeah, I don't love that. That feels like you're just eating it raw, and I don't suggest that. I don't suggest that at home. Don't do that.
A raw steak with some barbecue sauce.
What type of barbecue? A1.
Yeah,
just drenched in A1.
A1 sauce and some French fries. But
are we gonna chug another with these?
I like frozen French fries and
Let's go,
steak.
baby. It's pure sugar right here.
Pure sugar, baby.
Dude, your steak looks terrible. Oh, man, that's a lot of sugar. That's got to be a week's worth of sugar in these little huggy things. Oh, you burped, too. That's so gross. That's so...
I'm sorry.
Oh, my gosh,
no.
All
right,
a lot of people saying
my steak?
medium rare, well done.
Does anybody like a raw steak, though?
Okay, we're ready. We're ready to flip this.
Flip this thing.
Mine actually looks like decent.
But look at mine, dude.
Look at mine sticking. Look at mine sticking because we didn't use oil.
Dude, check mine out. Check mine out.
Guys, I just want...
Layton! Look at mine, dude.
It looks so bad. Mine actually looks decent, by the way. Mine actually looks decent if you want to look
Mine's
at that.
like a little person.
That looks nice. Guys, make sure... He does. He's not taking anything serious. Mate wants to know why he's never on mic checks because he doesn't take anything serious. The last rhythm! Stop. It's going to fall. It's not even finished.
No, this is a form of dry aging.
Mate plays with his food.
This is a form of dry aging. So the thing about steaks is you can't just cook them. You can't just cook them. You gotta eat them.
Okay, come on. Stop playing with your food.
It's stretching, Layton. Look at it.
This is embarrassing. It's embarrassing for you. It's not for me. My steak's looking great.
Wow. I call that a long leg steak.
Make sure you oil the grill before you do. Just a little bit. Don't spray the grill with the open fire. Never do that. We'll put oil on some paper towel.
What's been y'all's favorite moment of mic check?
Of mic check. Oh yeah, that's a great
favorite
question.
Moment of mic check. And
someone said cooked all the way. Anthony said depends on the cut. You're absolutely right.
What about fried steak?
Oh, chicken fried steak slaps, dude. From Cracker Barrel.
Cracker Barrel?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's not bad.
I like Cracker Barrel's pancakes.
Antonia said, "Don't burn down the church." That's all I'm gonna say. Antonia, we got a fire extinguisher. We showed it to you.
90% sure that it works, and we don't know how to use it. But
yeah. So guys, if you don't know,
any of y'all actually ever have you ever used a fire extinguisher?
I haven't, and to be honest with you, it scares me. I feel like I'm gonna go flying backwards.
Dang.
Hey, if you don't know what's happening, we're outside of Valentine right now.
We're tailgating
night's about to start. This is mic check.
YTHX.
We're tailgating for YTHX 59 days in advance.
And we're going to be streaming.
Again, the last rhythm. Why did we? What happened? This one didn't even pop off.
This is embarrassing.
We have so many.
Hey, I have a bit of a random thought, but have you guys ever seen your neighbors bring groceries into their house?
I don't like it. If I'm being honest with you, sometimes I don't talk to my neighbors. And you know what? I could help. I could go share this link with them. That would help.
Share the link with your neighbors.
I have to check my steak, by the way, in a second.
Yeah, that's a good look.
Dirty dancing scene, someone said. Someone said dirty dancing scene.
Dirty dancing when I lifted Layton to the air.
That was nice. Woo!
You have some nice hips.
That baby's cooking, baby.
Hey, look at mine,
We're
Layton.
out here tailgating. Just say, we don't want to... Okay, see, Mate didn't take this serious at all, which you don't really want to touch the steak very much. Has a lot of important juices in there.
That's a good-looking steak right there, baby.
And this is why we can't have nice things. This will be our last mic check, most likely.
It's looking
We're never going to do it again. I don't have a plate for this.
This is actually kind of good, Layton.
Cool, I don't know where to put this. In your hand? That's going to burn your hand off. Oh my gosh, you just ate that. Oh, wow. Everyone is saying why in our ears. No one understands why I did that, but I don't care because it's the last rhythm. Yeah. Mine's actually nice. I took it too serious, guys. That's the problem.
I think mine needs a little bit more on the grill. Do we have a microwave I could throw this in? No micro. Okay.
Guys, if you're at home and you're microwaving your steak, reach out to me, okay? Because there's some other issues there.
Low-key hit.
I can't see that.
Slept on, but it's good to go.
Oh, got you. Okay, well, I guess I didn't get to finish my steak, but we're going to be out here tailgating until YTHX.
Yeah.
Because the last one, make sure that you're sharing.
2 months of tailgating, Layton.
2 months of tailgating, but hey, guys, Rhythm Night's kicking off. We love y'all.
Who's
Let's
ready to
go.
Worship the Lord. Worship the Lord.
Okay, Elevation Youth, are you ready? Come on, I need you to jump up on your feet tonight. and sing a brand new song together. Here we go, hey! Yesterday I met a man, he knew everywhere I've been. Asked if we could be best friends. I took his hand, he took a chance. He showed me a different way and gave me a brand new name. I'll never be the same. Took his hand and took a chance.
Didn't know how lost I was.
Hey.
Knew I couldn't measure up.
Hey.
Then you came around and showed me
Hey.
that you would rewrite my story.
Here we go.
I didn't know how lost I was, but knew I couldn't measure up. Then he came around and showed me that he was rewriting my story.
Let's go. Never was enough till I met you. Got the real thing, found the real one. You can tell the world, keep the fake love. 'Cause I've been brand new since I woke up. Since I woke up, since I woke up. Living in a brand new day. All illusions fade away. And your love's all that remains. You took my hand.
I didn't know how lost I was, but knew I couldn't measure up. Then you came around and showed me that you were rewriting my story.
Let's go. Never was enough till I met you. Got the real thing, found the real one. You can tell the world, keep the fake love. 'Cause I've been brand new since I woke up. Never was enough till I met you. Got the real thing, found the real one. You can tell the world, keep the fake love. 'Cause I've been brand new since I woke up. Let's go. Hey, hey, hey. Yeah, I've been brand new since I woke up. Woke up. Since I woke up. I've been brand new since I woke up. Never was enough till I met you. Got the real thing from the real one. You can tell the world, keep the fake love. 'Cause I've been brand new since I woke up. 1, 2, 3, let's go. Hey, never was enough till I met you. Got the real thing from the real one. Let's go. You can tell the world, keep the fake love. 'Cause I've been brand new since I woke up. Never was enough till I met you. Got the real thing from the real one. You can tell the world, keep the fake love. 'Cause I've been brand new since I woke up. Since I woke up, since I woke up. I've been brand new since I woke up. Since I woke up, since I woke up. I've been brand new since I woke up. Hey,
Come on, you ought to make some noise if you're in the room.
Come on, y'all.
You ought to make some noise if you're in the room.
Yes, sir.
That song is kind of
hits, man.
I almost came out and did a rap right here on that spot.
Do it right now.
No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Stop. Stop.
Do
no.
it right now, bro.
It's a no for me.
Dog.
It's a no for me. Welcome to
I
Rhythm
tried.
Night. If you're
What's
excited
up?
to be here, you ought to make some crazy noise.
Yes. Hey, shout out to all y'all in the chat right
Everybody
now.
in the chat. Chat is going crazy right now.
They're the real ones. The real ones right there in the
chat.
Hey, drop it right now. I want to know where you're watching from.
Where are you watching from?
I'm very curious.
I'm watching
okay?
from Ballantyne. Currently, I'm watching from the stage in Ballantyne right now.
I know there's some people out in Roanoke that are watching.
Roanoke's here?
There's some Roanoke is in the building as
Okay.
well. Okay, we got a lot of
Okay.
that. I'm curious. I want to know where y'all watching from. Listen, tonight is going to be a crazy night.
I feel like we say that all the time, but tonight is really.
But I mean,
tonight's really going to be a
I mean
good
it
one.
every time, but this was just
This
a
is the
little
one I mean
different.
it.
This was a little different. Y'all, tonight it is
Uh-huh.
the final rhythm night.
The final rhythm night
of the
of
semester.
the year.
Okay.
Look at the confetti falling in the room right now.
Wow.
This
I
is
didn't even
the
see
final
that.
rhythm night of the school year. Listen, man.
That's crazy.
We have done 17 rhythm nights
My
this school
gosh.
year. I
Hey.
can't even count to 17.
Yo,
That's over 26 hours of live
My
content.
gosh. That's big time. Look, Rhythm Night can low-key drive already. That's fire.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's fire.
If you had one for every, I see what you did right
That's
there.
fire.
That's that big brain. I wasn't even thinking about that. This is the one I love the most. This is the number I want to celebrate. When I say this, every hand needs to come out of the pocket, so y'all need to go crazy. 312 teenagers have gotten connected to an e-group specifically watching Rhythm Night. Keep clapping. Keep going crazy. That is unbelievable.
That's big time.
I don't even have 312 followers on Instagram.
Yo,
how bizarre is that?
All jokes aside, I don't think I've ever counted up to that. I've
to
never done that.
312?
I for sure never done that.
Why would I need to count to 312?
I'm going to do it while you do it.
You can't count that high.
Keep talking.
I think that's unbelievable. Now, if you're sitting at home and you're saying, well, dang, I want to be in the number.
For real.
I want you to be in the number. How many teenagers do you think tonight we will add to groups?
Hey, tonight?
Tonight? Say it.
I go 100. I go 100 tonight.
100. Okay, here's what happens.
Straight up 100.
Here's what happens. If we add 100 teenagers to groups tonight.
Don't leave me to...
No. I'm going to ask the chat to just put in some recommendations. You will have to do whatever the chat says.
Whack, bro. But you can't just set me
whatever
up
the
like
chat
that.
says. No, you said 100. If we hit it, I just want you to know.
All right.
That's what's going to happen.
Okay.
He said okay. He agreed to this.
Okay.
That means I need you to put it in the chat. We need to make sure he shaves his head or eyebrow. I'm just...
And I'll help you. Dang, not my eyebrows.
Imagine this dude with no eyebrows.
No.
Glasses but no eyebrows. Can you imagine?
I don't want the no eyebrow. Listen, it's crazy, but I'll still help you out. All you got to do is be in the chat, drop your name, where you're watching from, and what grade you're in.
That's it.
And we'll get you in it easy.
That's
100.
It. Are you in an e-group?
I am in an e-group.
Dang, shout your e-group out right now.
Hey, the Blakers, all my Blakers. All the Blakers.
How do we feel about the name Blakers?
We feel great.
I don't know
Hey, I'm going to answer the question.
I don't know how we feel
great.
about that.
We feel great. But listen, being a part of an e-group is one of my favorite things.
Absolutely.
Shout out. It's very cool because tonight, it's like something special going on.
We told you it was going to be a crazy night.
We did say it. Because 3 specific friends are in an e-group.
Okay.
They talked to their e-group and said, you know what? I want to get baptized. So tonight we are baptizing Aiden, Haley, and Isabella.
Now listen. You're getting ready to witness 3 people get baptized. So the first thing I need you to do, if you're watching right now, make sure you share the experience right now. Share the link. This is the moment to do it right now.
I got chills.
Now here's what I need to make sure we do. I want to make sure we get an appropriate celebration, because what baptism is a public declaration of you going public with your faith, your trust, and your belief in Jesus. So here's what's going to happen. Gina's back there. She's going to be doing the baptism. 3 claps for Gina. You ready? Very good. Beautiful. That's 3 claps for Gina. What Gina's going to do, she's going to dip them down in the water. As she brings them up, we're going to celebrate. We're going to practice right now. Because this is very significant. This is important. All right? And if we're going to clap for the Blakers, we're going to definitely clap for some people getting baptized. All right?
You're right.
Here we go. You ready? Gina's going to dip them.
They go down. I was all right. I was okay. It's like they're clapping for the Blakers.
Okay. I mean,
it's like they're clapping for the Blakers.
Let's practice this one more time, but clap like this is somebody from your e-group getting baptized.
And in the chat, drop fire emojis, water emojis, clap emojis, do it all.
Here we go.
Practice.
Ready? You like the stance too, don't you? The stance kind of crazy. I ain't gonna hold you.
Hey, that's the shooter. That's a shooter right there. Okay. Let's go. Let's go.
Every person who gets baptized, you better go crazy. Gina, over to you.
just to know you with all my heart. Yeah. I'm through my shame away, all of my sin erased. This isn't the end of the story. I'll trust in what you say, told me I'll be okay. It's turning around for me. Come on. I know when the fight comes, I'ma keep my head up. You won't let me down with me in the middle of my battle. Hey, you will never be the one to walk away singing.
Made you know you from the start.
From the start, yeah. From the start, yeah.
In love without condition. It's who you are. It's who you are. I threw my shame away, all of my sin erased. This isn't the end of the story. I trust in what you said, told me I'd be okay.
Turn it around for you, come on. I know when the fight comes, I'ma keep my head up. And you won't let me down with me in the middle of my battle. Come on. You will never be the one to walk away. When the fight comes, I'ma keep my head up. Hey, you won't let me down with me in the middle of my battle. Hey, you will never be the one to walk away. Let me see you dance. Come on, hey, say, you will never be the one to walk away. Oh, here we go, say, you will never be the one to walk away. You ready? Come on.
Cause I know when the fight comes, I'ma keep my head up. Hey, you won't let me down with me in the middle of my battle. Hey, you will never be the one to walk away.
Here we go. Right here. I know when the fight comes, I'ma keep my head up. Come on, hey, you won't let me down with me in the middle of my battle. Hey, you will never be the one to walk away. When the fight comes, I'ma keep my head up. Hey, you won't let me down with me in the middle of my battle. Hey, you will never be the one. Come on, girl, say, I know with my. You were never gonna. Hey, You done yet? You done? Can we keep on dancing? Come on, can we keep on dancing? Come on, can we keep on dancing? Okay, I'm looking for at least 2 dancers in the crowd right now. If you know you can dance, or if you know your friend can dance, point them out right now. Point them out, where they at? Where they at? Right there, okay. I want to see one move from you that we're all gonna copy, okay? You pick a move, everyone watch her, we're gonna follow what she does. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, what it is, hey, 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 there we go, vibe with it, hey, hey, there we go, hey, 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 one more time, hey, hey, hey. Okay, I need another person, I need one more, right there in the blue hoodie. Okay, what's the move? Hey, okay, we're gonna spin right there. Everybody rock out with it, hey, everybody rock out with it, hey, everybody rock out with it, hey. Can we do one more? You guys are feeling the groove right now. I need another person. Where? Right there at the back? Okay, let me see what the move is. Let me see what the move is. Show me what the move is. I can't see. I can't see. Okay, it's kind of like a samba. I guess it's find a partner. Joe, we're gonna find another one. That was too hard to do. Wait, right there. Oh, right there in the back. It's right hand in the air and sway. Sway. Hey, sway. 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 Okay, Ethan, you're gonna close us out tonight. What's the final move that everyone's gonna vibe out with? You ready to keep us going? 1, 2, 3. Show it out now. Okay. 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 Let me see you do it. Okay. Okay. Are you doing wrestling at home right now? On your couch? On the kitchen table? On the counter? Come on, take me back into the chorus.
You're indescribable in every way.
Let's go.
You search me out and now I'm gonna feel your face.
Hey.
I just can't fathom it. I can't make sense of how your love so undeserved and never ends.
You're indescribable.
You're indescribable. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So indescribable. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
One more time. Hey.
You're indescribable. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So indescribable.
Scream it out. Ooh, ooh. Make some noise in the face of you.
Okay, because I was watching all the dancing challenge people earlier, aka the white people. So we gotta give them something easy.
Okay, you got something
We gotta
easy?
give them something just a little easy. Are you ready?
Okay, we're ready.
Bring it up. Put your hand in the air like this. Give me a little spirit finger like this.
Right there.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
We're ready.
Are you ready?
We're
1,
ready.
2, 3, 4. Bring it down. Bring it down. Bring it down. Bring it down. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
hey,
Bring it down. Bring it down. Bring it down. Bring it down. Yeah. 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 Come on, if you love Jesus, let me get a big shout of praise real quick. Woo! Hey, now let me tell you something. We're thinking about you're indescribable. Everyone say indescribable. Keep playing it. We might just stay here all night. Who cares? Y'all ready to party? You want to party? I asked that the other week, and everyone's like, I don't party. I'm like, yeah, right. Don't lie to me. We're gonna party tonight, and we're talking about indescribable. But you know what? Let's do the best job we can and describe Jesus real quick. Can we do that? So, hey, if you're watching online right now, put it in the chat. One word that best describes who Jesus has been to you. Now, if you're in the room, I want you to pick a neighbor. Pick a neighbor. Pick the good-looking one. It's okay. You ain't gonna get in trouble. You ain't gonna get in trouble. And let them know, what's one word that best describes Jesus? One word, one word. What's the good one? Will, what you got? What you got?
I'm going holy.
Holy, holy. We got a holy over here. Jalen, what you got? What you got? Best description of Jesus. What you got? Jireh. Okay, okay, okay. What you got? On the count of 3, I want you to yell out your word. Are you ready? And in the chat, I want you to put it in the chat like 100 times. Are you ready? On the count of 3, let me know your word. 1, 2, 3. I saw someone say everything. That's kind of cheating. That's kind of cheating, but I like it. But I like it. Because in everything good about your life always has something to do with how good God is. Oh, come on, let's give it up for Elevation Rhythm real quick. You took us to the Throne Club. You know, they say that throne room, but it was feeling a little different. I like it. I like it. How's everyone feeling tonight? You feeling okay? We got people in the house tonight. If you're online, welcome to Rhythm Night. In fact, this is the final Rhythm Night. Everyone say, aww. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. I told them every time I say the final Rhythm Night that there should be confetti that goes off. See? It's the no, nothing. It's the last one, okay? That counts. Oh man, we are not gonna get through this intro. I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything. Hey, here's what I want you to do. Pastor talks about this, the positive opposite. I want you to look at your neighbor, pick the other neighbor that you didn't pick the first time. Let them know something that's good has happened to you this week. It could be like, I'm here right now, and that's good. Come on, let them know. Let them know real quick. Put it in the chat. I want to see it in the chat. I want to see it in the chat. What are they saying in the chat, John? I know it's like a 20-second delay, but what are they saying in the chat? What's good happening in your life? They still talking about Jesus. It's the last one. Oh, man. Well, hey, if you're in the room, you can find your way to your seat. You can take a breath. We'll get back into worship in a minute. We'll let Rhythm get a little water real quick. Hey, this is the final installment of the Death to Duets volume. And how many of you have enjoyed this? Okay, 10 people, fantastic. That's good. We just did it. I should have learned. 12 years of youth pastoring, never asked that question. This has been amazing. If you didn't know, in fact, our pastor, Pastor Stephen, preached a series entitled Death to Selfie 7 years ago, and this is kind of like the remix, the rendition of it here in 2021, Death to Duets. And we've been talking about the life of Jacob. Everyone say Jacob. Come on, put it in the chat real quick. Say Jacob. And here's the deal, with it being the final time that we're going to be together, and it's the last installment of the volume, we're going to have to say goodbye to Jacob. This is it. This is all that's going to happen, all right? We might come back to him later, but I feel like we have learned a lot, okay? And I know what some of you are thinking. That's why I said, just like, because the reality is that in 60 days, everyone say 60. In 60 days, YTHX 21 will be happening. I'm telling you, in the room, it's electric. I know online it is. Here's the deal. It is going to be open online and in person for the experiences, okay? So you ain't sleeping here and you ain't eating here, okay? None of that, all right? But for the experiences, it's going to be in person. I know that Will and Carlos are going to talk about securing your seat, because here's the deal. Everyone's going to want to be here. Okay, everyone's going to want to be here. So you're going to want to be able to secure one of these seats if you are coming in person. And what's cool is you can sign up for all of the experiences if you'd like. All right? And so we've got 60 days. Come on, say it one more time, 60. Because that's a really big deal. That's a really big deal. And, I'm telling you to, say things back, because we really want to encourage a culture of being alive and active. Okay? If you're not alive and active, then what are you? Dead and passive, okay? right? We want to be alive and active. And so you'll see some of this. I'll have you touch your neighbor. I'll have you say things in the chat. I'll have you yell things. Feel free to do all that kind of stuff. If I'm preaching that good and you want to throw your Bible at me, do it. That's fine. If you want to shout, oh my goodness, I thought you were doing it. If you want to shout, do that. That's completely fine. And, you know, Jacob has been a great guide for us. He really has. Have you related to him yet? Have you related to him just a little bit? Because I can't help but to think that if God can love Jacob, then he can love you too. Because Jacob is jacked up. Am I right? Jacob is jacked up. And if he can choose Jacob, then he's choosing you. And so I know 2 weeks ago I gave you 54 verses, and tonight we're doing it again. I'm just kidding. It's just 2. Don't worry, it's just 2. Genesis 35, verse 16. Write it down, put it in your notes, put it in the chat. Genesis 35, verse 16, it says this. Then they moved on from Bethel, and while they were still some distance from Ephrath, Rachel began to give birth and had great difficulty. And as she was having great difficulty in childbirth, the midwife said to her, don't despair, don't be upset. Don't be sad, for you have another son. And as Rachel breathed her last breath, for she was dying, she named her son Benoni. I want to say something so bad. Benoni. But Jacob named him Benjamin. Thank God for Jacob. Rachel named him Benoni. I just want to know in the room real quick, if you had to choose right now, Benoni or Benjamin, I just want to know, just raise your hand. Benoni? Okay, we got some eclectic people in here. Benoni the pepperoni. Okay, here we go, Benoni. Benoni. Benjamin. Okay, y'all smart. Okay, all right, I just want to make sure. So Rachel names him Benoni, and Jacob says, it's Benjamin. Tonight, I want to talk on the subject, call it what you want. Call it what you want. Look at your neighbor, put it in the chat, say, call it what you want. Come on, say it with your chest. Say, call it what you want. You know what's interesting is in this moment, Rachel has been praying for another son. What she didn't realize was that it was going to cost her life. Isn't it interesting that sometimes God will answer our prayers, but it will cost us a price that we never knew it was going to cost us? This is where Rachel is right now. She been praying and asking for a son. Yeah, you know, like some of y'all, like, let me help relate it to you. Some of y'all like, man, if I could just have the influence. And then you realize that might cost you your integrity. Well, if I could just have a boyfriend, girlfriend in my case, but then that starts to cost you your family. You see where I'm at? This is where Rachel's at. We got to be careful about this. We're already getting in quick, right? This is easy because Rachel is asking, give me another son. But she didn't know it was going to cost her her own life. And it's one thing to ask God to add something into your life, but never know that you will lose and what you'll lose in the process of what God adds into your life. You might, man, I want this, but you don't know what you're going to lose in that process, right? This is what happens to us. Because it's wonderful to ask God to use you. Have you ever said this before? God, use me. Do something in my life. Help me to be a voice. Help me to be a light. But just make sure that when you ask, look at your neighbor and say, make sure. Be aware that sometimes God will answer that prayer and you might not know what burdens will come. Right? Because you know that they were celebrating in the caravan. Like, oh yeah, she pregnant. We've been praying for this. I can't wait. Jacob sacrificed. We are about to have a baby. Oh yeah, let's go. I can't wait. Woohoo! Gender reveal party. Wait, I guess that doesn't happen before the birth, but whatever. Well, maybe it does. Actually, it kind of does. Actually, it does. I don't know what I'm thinking right now. It does actually happen. The gender reveal party actually happens before the birth. You see where I'm at? I just wanted to make sure y'all knew where I was at. So what? She's getting what she's prayed for. She's getting what she prayed for. Write in your notes, what are you praying for right now? Write in your notes, what are you praying for right now? Because 2 months later, you might have it, but you might have lost something else. Okay. Because somewhere in this process, it began to turn for the worst. It took a turn. She's like, oh man, I got a kid. And oh my goodness, I might be breathing my last breath. Because the reality of this is that at this time, childbirth was very scary. They didn't have all this medicine and all these contraptions and all these little things that they do to help women out. They didn't have all that stuff. So a lot of women died during childbirth, okay? And she doesn't make it, okay? She dies. That's it. It's just it. This isn't like a movie, like maybe she'll come back later. No, she's done so, okay? Let me tell you something. In our lives, look at your neighbor and say, your life too. In our lives, something is always dying while something is always being birthed. While one thing is coming alive, another thing must die. And while one thing's dying, another thing is coming alive. It always happens. And when you look at scripture, this is constantly what is happening. Have you heard, Ansley, have you ever said, yeah, it's all good? You ever said that phrase? It's not an old phrase. I'm not like a boomer up here. No? Okay. You're not lying to me, right? It's all good. You know when people ask Eliza, they're like, how you? You're like, it's all good, girl. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's all good, bruh. Yeah, bruh. Yeah, cuh. I'm joking. It's all good. Have you said that? It's all good. No, it ain't. Nothing is ever all good. Don't lie to me. You saying it's all good. Will does this a lot. He always be saying, man, it's all good. I'm like, seriously? It ain't all good. School might be good, but your friends are funky. Friends might be good, but school is funky, right? It ain't never just all good. You're gonna have some ups and you're gonna have some downs. Speaking of down, there goes the confetti. Right? There is no point in time where it will be all good, where everything is just going the way that you want it, where everything is just up and to the right, where everyone is just getting along. It ain't gonna happen. Now, it's not all good for Jacob. This is where he's at in his life. In Genesis 35, verse 16, it is not all good for Jacob because something is being born, his son, and something is dying, Rachel. You got triumph and trouble. You got joy and you got sadness. God does not promise that it'll be all good. Never. I know what you're thinking. Well, Tim, Romans 8:28 says, and we know that in all things God works together for the good. Okay. Let me tell you about that scripture real quick. Romans 8:28. Based off of the construct of that sentence, I take it to mean that if he has to work all things together for the good, that assumes that everything is not already all good. So you got triumph and you got trouble. You got joy and you got sadness. So God is really good at taking what's living and what's dying and working it all together for good. Really to bring forth his purpose in your life. So Genesis 35:17, they call the midwife, okay? Now this is the person who kind of helps the woman out. And I'm gonna stop there, okay? Just calls the midwife, okay? And she says this, don't be sad, Rachel, you have another son. Now, the only reason I point this out, okay, and we'll move on. The only reason I point this out is because you have this lady who comes to Rachel and she is dying. And she said, don't be sad, don't despair, you have another son, right? Something was just born out of you. Sometimes, everyone say sometimes. Sometimes we need other people in our lives to help us see that even if we're experiencing pain, God is bringing purpose in our lives. We need some people to say, hey, I know you can't see it right now because you're hurting. I know you can't see it right now because you're sad. I know you can't see it right now because he broke up with you. I know you can't see it right now because it's kind of uncomfortable. But let me tell you something. God is on the move. God is doing something in your life. So verse 18, with her last breath, she names him Benoni. Benoni, her last breath. That's it. Like, imagine, like, ready? Like, breathe in, breathe out. And then you're done. Think about that. At any moment, that could be your last breath. Breathe in, breathe out. Done. That's where Rachel is. She takes her last breath. Listen up. She takes her last breath and she names her son Benoni with the very last breath that she has. So I want to talk about Benoni. Can we talk about Benoni real quick? Can we do it? Did the chuckles get you? They attacking you? You all right? Okay, let's pay attention. I want to talk about Benoni real quick because I'm going to be honest with you. Tonight, I had a big struggle on what I was going to wear tonight. I'm going to be honest with you. I came out of my closet about 4 times and was like, babe, what do you think? Does this look good? And every time she's like, yeah, babe, you look hot. Find someone that tells you you're hot even when you're not. I said, babe, do I look good? She's like, yeah, you look good. And I'm gonna be honest, she's like, why you keep changing all these shirts? She's like, you keep it, like, why are you changing? I'm like, I don't know, I'm just like, I'm overthinking it, you know. And honestly, she thought like it was a shirt deal. She's like, you look like a, Foot Locker worker right now. And I said, that's a technical, babe. Go into timeout. But I said, no, honestly, I don't want to wear the shoes. And just get a little pick of these shoes real quick because this is actually my first pair of Jordans that I've ever owned. Now, here's why I'm telling you this. Is because I actually, I don't, like, I'm already nervous. Like, I don't, like this, I don't, it's hard for me to wear shoes like this because I know what all of y'all are thinking. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, man, you even know what kind of shoes those are? And back in the day, it used to be like, you could just say like they're Jordan 1s. But now, y'all got a name for every dadgum colorway there is. And there's more colorways than stripes in the rainbow, which is only like 13, so that's not even a lot anyways. But there's too many. And I don't know, like some of y'all acting like you know all of them. The only person that actually knows the names of all of the colorways is Will Wilson, and that's it. But the whole time, I'm like, so this is what I did with my staff. I came to my staff and I said, hey, I need you to tell me before I put these things on, what are they? I was like, I know they're Jordan 1s. But I said, but what else? And they're like, yeah, they're the Shadow 2.0s. I said, cool. You better not be lying to me. I need you to, because if I'm honest with you, I got a phobia about this. Like, I'm like, I ain't trying to be looking like I don't know what I'm doing here, okay? I'm like, if I'm gonna wear it, I'm gonna know what they are. Like, I couldn't even tell you what number those shoes are right now. And that's sad. But that's the thing. I got a phobia about it because y'all got all these daggum names for it. Too many. Everyone say too many. It's too many. Now, let me tell you about names. Benoni, let me tell you what it means. Because this is the name I do understand. And this is the name I do know what the meaning is. Ben means son. Okay? So you got Ben. Now we got to take care of the Oni part. Everyone say Oni. Oni, in fact, means two different things. It can go either which way. You can go either way, which is interesting. So if you look at the context of the scripture, it is implied that it would mean son, Ben, and Oni means of my sorrow. So Benoni is son of my sorrow. Okay, and that makes sense because Rachel will not be there. She will not be able to console him ever. She will not be able to cheer for him at a game. She will not ever be able to love him. She will not ever be able to take care of him, right? So she names him son of my sorrow. She literally names him out of what she was going through while producing him. Now, Oni can also mean strength. Everyone say strength. Now, this is good because isn't that very interesting that Oni can mean both sorrow and strength? They're literally completely opposed. Sorrow, strength, sadness, and strength. But what if they're not as opposed as much as we think? What if great strength is born out of great sorrow? Perhaps real strength is only born out of great sorrow. Maybe the strongest people that you will ever meet in your life have gone through some of the toughest and saddest situations ever. Maybe the trials that you're going through right now are the things that continually keep you stronger and stronger. Think about it. So you got strength, you got sorrow and strength. Okay, this is the greatest example, is that Jesus, everyone say Jesus. He has all power and all authority. Nobody is stronger than him. Nobody is greater than him. He literally defeats death like nothing can stop him whatsoever. He's so good, he gets out of the grave to even tidy up the little tomb and fold the little linens and all that stuff before he jets out, right? Nobody's got that kind of strength. Name me someone. I'll wait. You can't. Right? No one's got that kind of strength. So what you're saying that it was the sorrow of his crucifixion that produced the power of his resurrection. This is a great example of what I'm talking about. When I'm talking about sorrow produces strength. Now, I hope this helps you today because I really believe that some of you are facing great sorrow. Don't lie to me. Let's get real tonight. It's the final rhythm night of the school calendar year. And some of you have been facing so much sadness, you can't even tell anyone. But we can see it all over your face. And we're just waiting for you to open up the door. And some of us are friends enough to be able to open up that door for the other person. You are experiencing so much sadness, so much frustration, so much sorrow. But I want you to know that you can rename your sorrow. You can. You can rename your sadness. She names her son Benoni, and Jacob goes, no. I'm going to name him Benjamin. Her dying request was Benoni. And Jacob says, no, it's going to be Benjamin. Guys, you know he was hurting. You know he was filled with sorrow. Yes, his kid was being born, but the woman that he had worked for 14 years to marry, let's be honest, none of y'all working 14 days for anyone else, right? It's a different kind of love. 14 years. In fact, the Bible says, the Bible doesn't even talk about Jacob loving God. It only talks about how much Jacob loves Rachel. But he refuses to name the child's destiny based off of the child's history. Ooh. He refuses to do that. So he's like, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. And at some point he names him Benjamin. It could have been months, could have been weeks, could have been years, who knows. But it goes on and it says, hey, you know what? We're going to name him Benjamin. Because the reality is that the fathers had naming rights. The moms at this time, I don't agree with that now. I'm just saying, at the time, the fathers had naming rights and the mothers could like suggest it, maybe like recommend it, but the fathers had to sign off on it and approve it. Why am I telling you this? Because some of you are being told that you're hopeless, that you're worthless, that you're unloved, that you're not worthy, that you don't matter. And I'm here to tell you this. Your father gave you a different name. And he says, no, you are worthy. You are a worthy daughter. You are a worthy son. This is the name I've given you. If you didn't make it, you can't name it. And I created you, so you cannot put a label on her. Get that label off of me. Get that label. I don't want that label. I don't need that label. I can't handle that label. Woo! Hey! Some of y'all need to rip off the label. Some of you need to rip off the label. Rip it off. Rip that label off. I'm tired of it. Teenage girls walking through school thinking, maybe I am a slut. Only because someone else told you that you were. You think my Father in heaven is calling you names like that? No wonder we find ourselves depressed, suicidal, wondering if we got any friends or not. This is really good. That's why you gotta call it what you want. Look at your neighbor and say, call it what you want. Come on, call it what you want. And so Jacob, he says, I'm not going to name him based off of this moment. Now here's what you have to understand. You can sit down. Here's what you have to understand is that Jacob has a lot of experience with new names. You remember? Remember, it used to be Jacob, deceiver, and now his name is Israel, triumphant with God. When he went to Luz, the city of Luz, he renamed it Bethel. In fact, you remember when he was wrestling with God? Wrestling with that man, y'all know what I'm talking about? I did this like 3 weeks ago. Y'all know what I'm talking about when he was wrestling and the hip came out of place because he's like 76 years old. You know what I'm saying? It just clack came out. He actually named that city Penuel. So Jacob is realizing if I can rename places and God can rename me, maybe I can rename this boy too. So he calls him Benjamin. Now, here's the deal. I know you want to know what Benjamin means, right? You already got half of it. Ben, son. And Jamin means, you see, Jacob is looking at a tragedy. He's looking at hurt. He's looking at sadness. He's looking at despair. Have you ever been here before? And he names his son Benjamin. Ben, son, and Jamin means, you remember when Isaac couldn't see? No, I need you to really get this. I need you to really understand and really want it, Josiah, because because when you hear me say this, you better go buck wild, crazy, crumping, I don't care, do all your stuff. Because look, remember Isaac, his father? And he was trying to get, Jacob was trying to get the birthright from Esau, and he switched hands on him because he wanted the right hand. He wanted the right hand of blessing because the right hand means it's the right hand of power, it's the right hand of authority, it's the right hand of blessing. So he names his son Benjamin. And Ben means son, and Jamin means of my right hand. So Benjamin means son of my right hand. Jacob has been trying his whole life to get the blessing of the right hand, and he realizes in this moment when Rachel names him Benoni, he says, wait, I got a right hand too, and I'm gonna use this right hand. And if I want to rename my son, then I'm going to rename it, because I can't call it what I want. This is my boy, and even though I feel sorrow, I've got some strength headed on my way. Woo! Come on, look at your neighbor and say, call it what you want. 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 Put it in the chat. Say, call it what you want. And Jesus is saying, it's time for you to use your right hand. You spend too much of your life waiting for a blessing, teenager. And he's waiting for you to be a blessing. Your voice is a blessing. Your idea is a blessing. Your dream is a blessing. Your purpose is a blessing. Your calling is a blessing. Your eclecticness, which means uniqueness, which also means weirdness, it's a blessing. It's a blessing. It's a blessing. Call it what you want. I end with this. Where did Jacob learn this? Where did Jacob learn how to rename things? Where did he learn it? Where did he learn how to rename some things? He learned it from Adam. Because Adam and Eve, y'all know where I'm at? I don't know if I need to bring some context. I'm making sure. Adam was given animals to name. He was given a giraffe-looking thing, but he didn't know what it was at the time. Was given that, and he got to name it. Jesus says, I'm going to give you naming rights, AKA, call it what you want. Call it what you want, Adam. Call it what you want. He didn't create the animals, but he did get to name it. What does that mean? You might not create the circumstances that you're going through right now. Those things are gonna come no matter what. But you do get to name what kind of circumstance that's eventually going to be in your life. You get to name it. Call it what you want. Call it what you want. And the fact of the matter is that, Caleb, I'll talk to people and they'll be like, yeah, well, you know, I just like to call it the way it is. I just like to call it like it is. Right? Anybody can do that. They don't take faith. It is what it is. I just call it like it is. That takes no faith. whatsoever. Anyone in the world can do that. My 4-year-old son, who can barely string a sentence together, can do that. He can do that. So yeah, it's easy to go, that's depressing, and live in your depression. That's frustrating, and live in your frustration. You can call it what it is, and it'll always be what it was. Or look at your neighbor and say, or. Because Rachel was not wrong. It was the son of her sorrow. She wasn't wrong. But the fact of the matter is that you can call it what it is, and it'll always be what it is, or you can call it what God says it is, because you have naming rights. You can call it what you want. You can call it joy. You can call it wholeness. You can call it perseverance. You can call it grace. You can call it mercy. You can call it a second chance, a third chance, a fourth chance, a fifth chance, a sixth chance, a seventh chance. We need to get a new name. We need to start renaming some stuff. Why? Because we can call it what we want. Here's what I want you to do tonight. Is I want you to pick a sorrowful situation in your life, just one, and rename it. Pick one sad situation in your life. Does everyone have a sad situation in their life? I'll raise my hand. I know I do. I got a thing right now. I'm gonna call it what I want. I want you to do that tonight. I want you to do it with your e-group. I want you to do it online. I want you to put it in the chat. And I want you to give that problem the praise that it deserves. Because I know none of us wants to go, yay, Rachel's dying. That's not what Jacob was doing. He was just not going to call it a son of sorrow because of what was happening in that moment. He said, I got naming rights. I can call it what I want. I can call it what I want. There's teenagers in here that need to do some renaming because you've been listening to the wrong people. You've been listening to the wrong things, and you need to rename it. You need to rename it. You need to rename it. And so tonight, here's what we're going to do. We're going to get into some worship. And what I want you to do is I want you to think about that sorrowful situation, and I want you to start renaming it. I want you to start calling it what you want to call it. It's not a struggle no more. There's some strength in there. It's not an addiction no more. There's some perseverance in there. I want you to start renaming some things. Renaming some things. Putting some praise on some of your problems. So come on, everyone, all across the world, all online, in the room, I want you to raise your hand. And we're gonna start singing a song. Come on, both of your hands. I don't even care if you're comfortable or uncomfortable. Because sometimes, in order to get comfortable with who God has called you to be, you gotta get a little bit uncomfortable with yourself. Come on. Begin to rename that situation. Begin to rename that situation. Come on. Every struggle, every heartache, every breakup, every mistake. Come on, he's turning it for good. Come on, he's turning it for good. Hey. Hey. You're taking it right now. Rename it. Rename it. Claim it. Rename it. Hey, hey, hey. Come on, put some praise on it.
call it what you want.
And you call it what you want. Come on, you take what the enemy meant. Come on. You take what the enemy meant for evil. And you call it what you want. 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 Come on. And you call it what you want. Yeah, you call it what you want. Come on. Yeah, you call it what you want. Yeah, you call it what you want. And you call it what you want. And you call it what you want. 'Cause I'm gonna see victory. I'm gonna see victory. For the battle belongs to you, Lord. Come on, you sing. I'm gonna see victory. I'm gonna see victory. For the battle belongs to you, Lord. One more time. I'm gonna see victory. I'm gonna see victory. For the battle belongs to you, Lord. I'm gonna see victory. I'm gonna see victory. For the battle belongs to you, Lord. All the battles yours. All the battle is yours.
How we thank you for the cross, Jesus. It was my cross you bore, so I could live in the freedom you died for. And now my life is yours, and I will sing of your goodness forevermore, Jesus. And worthy is your name, Jesus. You deserve the praise. Worthy is your name, Jesus. Worthy is your name, Jesus. You deserve the praise. Worthy is your name. Sing worthy, oh worthy are you, Lord, King above all kings. Oh, and now my shame is gone, and I stand amazed in your love undeniable. Your grace goes on, it's unfailing. So I will sing of your goodness. Come on, let's sing worthy, 'cause worthy is your name, Jesus. You deserve all the praise. Worthy is your name, Jesus. You deserve all the praise and all the You alone deserve our praise. You're the name above all names. Be exalted now in the heavens as your glory fills this place. You alone deserve our praise. You're the name above all names. So be exalted now in the heavens as your glory fills this place. You're the name, you're the name, you're the name. Be exalted now in the heavens as your glory fills this place. You alone deserve our praise. You're the name above all names. Be exalted as your glory fills this place. You alone deserve our praise. You're the name above all
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, God. And wherever you are right now, God is with you. Whatever situation, circumstance, problem, issue, bad thing, God is with you right now, right where you are. Doesn't matter if you're in the room, in the car, or whenever you're watching this in the future. God is with you right now. And tonight we're going to rename something. Tonight we're going to rename something. It's not just a regular old high schooler or a middle schooler. We're going to rename it. You are a son and a daughter of God. You are not just a nobody. You are not just any human being on the planet. You are a son and daughter. Maybe you've prayed a prayer a long time ago and you're like, man, I'm not acting the way I should. Maybe I fell off and I haven't been serving God, or I don't have a relationship with Him anymore. Let's rename that too tonight. So I'm going to pray for you. We're going to pray together. Everyone in the room, everyone watching, repeat this after me and mean it with all your heart. Say, Jesus. Oh, come on. Say, Jesus, come into my life. Make me new. I'm turning away from my old life, and I'm walking a new life with you. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for dying for me and raising again so that I may have life. This is my new beginning. Come into my life. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen. Come on, can we celebrate in this room? Oh, come on. There are sons and daughters. Let's celebrate tonight. My goodness.
Wow.
Woo.
What a sermon. Can we give Tim some love right now, man? Holy cow. I wanted to tell him thank you for being authentic, because he didn't know what shoes he had on.
Yeah,
and I'm
that's
glad
real,
he wasn't
man.
up here just lying to y'all. Man.
That's
I appreciate
real.
him being real.
That's right.
Shout out to them olives and the jubilees. He didn't know what it was, but I got y'all, man. Don't worry about it. I got y'all. Listen. This wraps it up. I don't know if we got more confetti, but this is the final rhythm night of the semester for us. Wow, no love for us.
No,
wow. Wow. What is going on right now? Oh my God. This is the final rhythm night.
It. Yes.
But we do have something we're looking forward to in just 60 days.
60 days.
Which somebody backstage just told me that's actually 2 months. Is that 2 months? 2 months from now, we have YTHX 21 happening. Are you excited? Now, Tim talked about this earlier, but we are opening up this location, Valentine, so you can come and be in person for all of our afternoon and evening worship experiences. We have so much planned, several hours. I was going to guess the number of hours in a week off the top of my head, but my math isn't that good. We're going to have a lot of hours. They're trying to tell me the answer, and I'm going to be honest, I don't know, but it's a lot.
Who knows?
168, 178. 178 hours.
That's a lot of hours,
That's
y'all.
a lot of hours,
That's
man.
a lot. And it's very easy.
Very easy.
To say, you know what? I'm going to be there.
Sure.
You can secure your spot.
Secure your seat
tonight, right now. Secure that thing.
There is a link in the description that you're watching right now. If you're online, if you're in the room, you ought to have your phone open right now, going to YouTube, right, and pulling the stream up, put some comments in there, and then hit the description.
Perfect.
There's a link right there in that description where you will be able to secure your seat.
Secure the seat.
For as many worship experiences as you want to. Now listen, please do not inbox me. Don't DM me. I don't want your emails.
Absolutely
I don't want to
not.
hear from your mama, nobody.
No.
In 2 weeks talking about how am I supposed to secure my... I'm telling you right now, there's a link in the description. Secure your seat. Here's what I need. I'm going to give $100 to somebody who hashtags seat secured, okay? Hashtag seat secured, and tag me in it, tag Elevation Youth in it. I got some Skrilla for you. Some cheese, some guac, some money, some dough, some bread.
Hey, guess what? I'm going to do it tonight because I'm going to need $100. So,
Carlos,
real talk, get on in there, secure your seat.
We have so many incredible things planned. If I tried to describe it to you, it would take me 178 hours to describe it.
It's a lot. There's a lot of love that went into this thing, y'all.
And some incredible friends and family coming to hang out with us this week. I got a challenge for you. They're going to scroll on the screen just really quick. This is not the highlight of YTHX, but just some people coming to hang out with us. I just want you
want me to
read their social media handle, not their first and last name, but social media handle.
All right, let me see this thing.
Now, there we go.
All right, you slow down. Okay, at Stephen Furtick, at Holly Furtick, at Tim Summers 3, at Rebecca Summers 3, at Charles Metcalf, at Robert Madu, Taylor Madu, Hello Manushka, Manny Arango, Steven Chandler, T. Timberlake, Mayo Soul, Levi Lusko, Rich Wilkerson Jr., Mike, Tori Hammer, I'm sorry, Elevation Worship, Elevation Rhythm, Zoe Music, SU Worship, Vu Worship, Michael JR Comedy.
If you're excited about any of those people, now's the opportunity to show them some love. You gotta make sure. We're not clapping for you because you messed up a couple times.
I messed up a ton.
You gotta make sure you get your seat secured with the link in the description of this video.
Come on, there's so much more.
Okay.
But just that, there's only one way. Sheesh. Ew.
Honestly, it's a good one.
Listen, man. So much, and we cannot wait. 60 days, secure your seat.
It's not 60 days. It's 59 days, 16 hours, 37. Okay. All right. No.
What comes after minutes, G? Come on, dog.
59 days.
Yeah.
16 hours.
Yeah.
37 minutes.
Yeah.
37 seconds.
That's it.
Whoa.
We right there, y'all. Hey, listen, the night is not over. First of all, we had baptisms tonight. What an amazing, man, what a good way to end this thing. But also, y'all, stick around, okay? Because first of all, if you didn't see it, we showed them the YTHX trailer of what you could expect, what it's all about. And then we have a live Run the Culture podcast happening right after this, right here. So stay right here, watch it. It's going to be great. Y'all, for the last time
this semester.
For the last time this semester.
Here we go.
Until YTHX, we gonna end this the one way we know.
That's it.
Come on, y'all. Prayers up. Rhythm high. Big love.
Life doesn't feel linear. It feels like a maze. I wish the space between where I am and where I want to be was a clear path. The space between where I was and where I am has been filled with unexpected stops and struggles. I thought when I found God, everything would make sense. I thought when I accepted Him, I'd have clear answers to everything. Then I found myself in a dark place, filled with even more questions. If God was for me, then why did it feel like everything was against me? If God was so close, why couldn't I feel Him? But I'm left even more disoriented and lost than before. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't tempted sometimes to turn around, to pick the path of least resistance. But I'm done processing my pain in a place that's powerless to help me. I'm beginning to realize that trusting God isn't a one-time decision. It's a daily decision, sometimes an hourly one. Everyone has to go through the dark part to get to the good part. Maybe this maze is not a place where we escape the darkness, but a place where we experience light in the midst of it. Maybe it has less to do with the path we take and more to do with the person we choose to walk it with. That's why YTHX matters. And when I see this maze through a different lens, I can loosen my grip on how I think my life should be, so I can experience something better.
What is good?
Good evening, everybody.
That's a great question.
Wait. Dude, I forgot.
That's our intro.
But you know, I get confused. We're sitting in a new setting.
That's right.
It's our first ever live podcast.
Yes, sir.
Live podcast. We're going to be having a couple more of these at YTHX, but we decided, you know what? We might as well run the culture in the Ballantine lobby.
Let's go.
Valentine
with
lobby.
some youth behind us.
Those
look
all
like parents.
eager leaders. Those are all eager
Those are all
leaders.
some middle
So
schoolers back there. You just can't see over my shoulder.
Oh yeah, you know your shoulders are just so broad.
But
Speaking
John,
of this strapping man,
we've got some amazing people with us today.
We do.
We got John Rush.
Can I intro our other guest?
Actually,
because she's a youth at my campus.
Okay.
But she's actually been holding it down in South Charlotte longer than I've even been here.
Yeah.
No, you also know her.
Yeah, you went to high school, right?
I'll alley you oop.
Yeah, look, you
intro the Kendall.
You hit her with she was the youth holding down South Charlotte.
She was a youth holding down South Charlotte since freshman year.
And I met her in high school. We went to the same high school up until I graduated.
AK Knights. AK.
You
know.
It was a time.
AK.
It wasn't. It could have been greater.
It was a time.
It's no youth.
That's all there is to say.
Audrico is a great. I mean, if you're watching this and you're like, dang, I go to Audrico.
Yeah.
You should probably tune into
Put your school in the comments or in the chat right now.
Yeah.
Let us know who we're repping right now.
Even if you don't live in state, I would love to know where you go.
And you know what? I want to say this on behalf of Evan and Cole. If you send them gear from your high school, they'll wear it on the next Run the Culture podcast episode.
Yeah.
I'm down.
For sure.
Track jackets.
I'm down.
Some hoodies.
Some hoodies, crew necks.
I'm for that.
I wear about, what do you wear? I wear an XL.
I'm an XL as well.
I just like the nice little.
And me and Kendall will get on that too. I wear an XL.
I'm a small, so.
I don't think people actually wear smalls, Kendall. You're lying.
Okay, well,
I've never seen
oversized, like medium.
Okay.
Like what are
medium
we?
fit you oversized?
Like a men's.
Oh, okay. Yeah. See,
Like
I
a
don't
men's
shop
small
like
is oversized for me. I wear men's small and it's big.
For sure.
This is a men's.
For sure.
Recently, I have looked up the difference between women's shoes and men's shoes because I just realized if there's a pair of women's shoes that I like, I could just still get them.
I buy kids shoes.
I have bought women's shoes before.
Kids shoes. A boy's 5.5.
The colorways are way better on
The
women's
colorways
side.
are fire.
Women's dunks are significantly better than the men's.
So much better.
When Off-White came out with the Serena Williams collection, none of it would fit me because it's very tight athletic spandex and that wouldn't look good on me, but I still wanted to wear it.
I think you would look good.
Serena for a Virgil.
I want to see it still.
Yeah. All right. UTHX 21.
UTHX 21.
Let us know in the
John's wearing
chat.
spandex every single day.
Would you like to see that?
Every single day.
I'll tune out for the few hours that John wears spandex.
Speaking of UTHX, that trailer has me ready.
That was wild.
That trailer has me ready. I was watching the trailer and I was thinking, if I did not work here, honestly, if Tim's in the auditorium, he needs to listen to this part because this is my 30-minute notice. After this podcast, I'm done, and I'm going to reclass into high school so I can attend UTHX.
Yeah.
Because
because the workload's so big that you're trying to get out of all that responsibility.
I don't want to start balding.
There are 168, to make that correction, 168 hours that Cole and myself and John got to be live with it.
Yeah.
For 168 hours.
And if you're watching this
that's
back later
7 days
on
straight.
some Friday in the summer or something, that
sure.
UTHX 21 trailer is just a YouTube search away.
That's right.
Go to
YouTube search away.
YTHX
And if you're
21.
wondering, when is UTHX?
It is July. You go. Allie, it's July
11th.
July 11th through the 18th. It is going to be amazing.
Wow.
And the crazy thing is, this is the last free. Second and last free UTHX.
That's right.
You know,
we're never going to do this again, most likely.
For sure. We all had to
It's
take pay cuts
completely
to make
free.
this one happen.
Yeah. Right.
Me and Evan are working off of Domino's Pizza and Chipotle gift cards.
I had to give up my firstborn.
You did?
For this.
You
It's
did?
the naming rights are going to
Kendall, have you ever been to UTHX, right? I remember
have.
seeing you at
I have
UTHX
been to
18.
UTHX, yes.
So what was the highlight of UTHX back in the day?
The tippy top.
Well, first of all, I don't know. It all felt like a blur. I was living off of Monster and Chick-fil-A milkshakes. So, I don't know, man. A lot of Red Bull in that time period. But no sleep, a lot of worship.
Was it worth it?
Oh, worth it. I mean, I would stay in high school. I would reclass. I'm a senior, but I would reclass and
Just
stay
to go to
back
UTHX?
just to go to UTHX again, for sure. For sure.
It's all right. She'll come back next year as a leader.
Yeah.
Over the summer.
I got y'all.
Hey, Kendall, did you have a UTHX crush? And what was his name?
Wait, what?
Oh.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. Did you talk about this before?
No. At summer camps, there's always a love at a summer camp.
Oh, yeah.
You're
Every
falling in love
time.
with Jesus, but you're also falling in love with someone else.
It goes in parallel, for sure.
And it's
I should
funny.
expose you.
Wait,
no,
you got someone?
No, because Cole knows. It's funny because Cole knows.
It was my best
Mind
friend.
your business.
No.
Mind your business.
I'm not
Mind
gonna-
your
I'm
business.
not
You're not going to say it?
No,
I'm not
no,
gonna say
because
his
y'all
name.
know too.
I really didn't set this up.
No.
Wait, why, though? You just saw him worshiping across the way?
No,
and-
we had. It's complicated. It was sophomore year. It was a rough time.
Wow.
It was a rough time.
Was he an upperclassman, I'm guessing? Yeah.
Yeah.
My best friend sits
Yeah.
Zang.
Mind your business.
Oh my gosh. Anyways.
Yeah, hey,
Evan.
chat is kind of defending Kendall.
Chat
So
is
don't put her
defending
out
Kendall.
like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Don't put my business out there. Don't put my business out there like that.
I just asked a question, bro.
John was like, let me
It was
type
a
up
simple
Kendall. She's my
question.
main woman. Actually, matter of fact, throw her under the bus.
I didn't know. Hey,
Throw her under the
maybe
bus.
maybe she was still dating him. I didn't know.
John.
God moves in mighty ways.
No, we moved on.
I
The
know
Lord,
that
the Lord
you
put me
did
in a
not
different
go to,
direction.
But what was the equivalent of YTHX back when you were?
I was at YTH 2019.
No, when you were a youth.
Oh, when I was a teenager.
Yes.
It was called Beach Week. It was on Daytona Beach. We stayed at this very sketchy
They
hotel.
took the youth to Daytona
Ramada.
Beach.
It was bad, man.
Y'all stayed in the Ramada?
The hotel was
It
called
ain't
the
probably.
El Caribe. And it was, dog.
El Caribe.
It was sketchy. This is no exaggeration. Some of the,
Oh, word?
True. True.
someone just walked in, bro. This is what we love about the Youth Nation.
I love the youth.
Youth
Hey.
Nation is no respecters of podcasts. At the El Caribe, I saw a handgun one year. I saw drugs and other paraphernalia.
Well, that was their first mistake, was taking you out of Daytona.
Yeah.
Hey.
That was the first
Daytona.
mistake.
There's way too many grown people acting
Yeah.
grown in Daytona.
That's what we saw, bro.
Yeah.
There weren't even people from our youth ministry staying in the hotel. It was different, bro. So all that to say, YTHX is a much better experience.
YTHX is clean.
Come
We
through.
don't have guns.
Nah.
No guns.
We don't have guns. We have Jimmy, and he'll make sure there's no
We
guns.
got
I
Jimmy,
promise.
and he is
Jimmy
incredible.
Nation.
If one
Wait,
thing they
I
are,
wanted to
they
ask
are.
because when I went to YTHX, I dedicated my life to Christ.
At
What year?
YTHX.
YTHX 18, I dedicated my life to
18?
Christ.
Really?
I was sitting in the.
That was the first year that I was a part of YTHX. That was
Wait,
part-
YTHX
Everything were
18.
part of the atmosphere that allowed me to accept Jesus.
Dang.
Oh, I
But
remember
what I
YTHX
realized
18.
is like YTHX, I was sitting in the front. It was during Mekon Carter's sermon. He was talking about a change. I was like, dang, I'm about to be different. I raised my hand towards the end. Me and all of my friends were crying. We're like high school boys. It was very rare. I have not seen any of them cry since. But I know like in atmospheres like that, like we looked around, there was probably like 80 kids who raised their hand to accept Jesus into their life, which is amazing.
Yeah.
That is, but I realized me and my friends who were around me, that summer we were on fire.
Ooh,
Not
summer
literally,
fire.
but like for Jesus.
Yeah.
We would be at every E group, posting on Instagram talking about, hey, we never post on Instagram saying God loves you. That's that's just not my thing. But we were just on fire for God.
Yeah.
Dang.
And then when the school year came around, it's not like the fire died, but it was not nearly as strong as it was in the summer.
Yeah.
Right.
And what I don't get is, how would you be able to maintain the faith that you grow in the summer throughout the school year?
I have a theory on summer.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have a theory on summer. So in summer, people either make really good decisions or really bad decisions, right?
There's no in
they
between.
Fall in love with a person,
No in
fall in love
between.
with Jesus. And this is why, because people are more bored in the summer. So
Yeah.
it's like, the question really what you're saying is like, everyone's going to have the same open time in the summer. I know people are still busy in the summer, but it's about really what you do with it.
What are you
Yeah.
gonna fill it with?
That's my theory.
I love that.
Yeah,
And I just, this is like kind of in line with that. I just listened to a podcast talking about the importance of boredom, of how like today we have so much to entertain ourselves. We have
Yeah.
YouTube,
Oh
we
my
have TikTok
gosh.
first thing in the morning. We got Instagram before we go to bed. We like just all day long, and how creatively you almost need that boredom. Like you've got to have something to like. You've got to remove distractions.
Yeah.
Remove the thing that kind of fills up the day.
Yeah.
And replace it with the opportunity for like ideas to come alive, and for like you to spend time in the Word, and like for it to like really be digestible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Kendall, you're a high school athlete.
I am.
And you'll soon be a collegiate athlete.
Yep.
How do you like? That's one of the biggest things I see these days is like, okay, like I only graduated in 2010, so I'm not like, I'm a boomer, but I'm like a baby boomer. You know what I'm saying? But like people were busy, people were grinding. Like you had to work hard. We lifted weights, we did that. But I feel like every year sports get more intense, more time consuming.
Yeah.
It feels like y'all do more for a high school sport than I do for a full-time job.
Yeah.
How do you balance all that? Or like, what's that like? What's the highs and lows of all that?
So I know my freshman year of high school, I was, or was it maybe sophomore year of high school, I was running track. I was playing lacrosse for 2 teams, my school team and my travel team. I was also playing varsity golf for my school, and I was serving at church, and I had a job too. And I remember like I would tell people that, and I would be going from school to lacrosse to track to my club lacrosse, and then I would go home, and on the weekends I would work. So everybody would be like, what do you have time for? And I was like, oh, nothing. Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. And they were like, well, how do you do it? I'm like, I don't know. I don't sleep. I don't do. But like, I know like balance is something I struggled with in the past. And I think it's easy to forget when you're in the midst of everything. It's easy to set like, oh, you know, Sunday, like rest day, like let me set like church aside for a second. Like, you know, I don't have to go this time. Like I'll watch online a little bit or whatever. But I think I was reading Ecclesiastes, my favorite book of the Bible, actually. And I know in the beginning, he was talking about, he said everything is meaningless. And like when you first read that, you're like, okay, all right. And I think as you go on like through the chapters and everything, like he says, nothing new under the sun and all the things. And you just think about how like, you think about like life and all distractions and like your phone and like, not saying, you know, go drop everybody right now and delete all the apps off your phone because everything is meaningless. But it's like, without God, there is no real meaning. And so in order to bring that meaning into your life, you need God, you know? And like things start to feel repetitive. So like even doing all those things, I was still like missing something.
Dang.
Like I was missing something and I didn't know what it was, but I felt like I just kind of felt empty. Like I would go home and I'd be like, okay, well, what next?
Yeah.
And I was doing all those things to like fill my time with like superficial, like, you know, like material things. Like, you know, I'd go hang out with friends or whatever. I go home, I go to practice and do all those things, but I still didn't feel whole.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of like, you're sitting there, you're like, none of this really means anything, you know? It's all temporary happiness. Like you hang out with a friend group and like, you're happy for a second, you had a good time, you laugh, and then you go home and you're kind of sitting in bed like, what now?
Dang.
So I think like that time that you spend like doing other things that could kind of be like set aside, like you said, distractions, spend time with God, pray, just talk, like you're having a conversation with a friend, talk to God, read the Bible. It's a book, it's entertaining, you know, like
the Bible
things like
is
that.
low-key a soap opera.
It's kind of fire. It's kind of like things happen in the Bible, and I'm like, hold on, nobody told me that. Like, you know, even if you don't, if I didn't understand like King James Version and stuff, and like I didn't know until I was older that there were different versions. So like now I read New International and like also like Passion Version and things like that. But they break it down, and you realize, and you're like, the Bible is good.
Have you read the whole thing?
I'm getting there. I'm on the way. All the time I had in quarantine, I've been working my way through. But yeah,
you were very mature. Because when my quarantine time, I was not.
No, don't get me wrong. In the beginning, I was doing absolutely nothing. I mean, it was sleep, eat, sleep. Eat, sleep. But like, you know, I put the Bible in there and it definitely made a difference, you know? It made a difference.
How would you say that incorporating the Bible into your daily life has made a difference?
So I think
life?
that it makes you think about like the things you prioritize in your life and things like that. And it kind of like, I always used to feel kind of alone, honestly. Like I'd be with my friends and I'd still kind of feel like by myself almost. And like if any of my friends are listening, sorry guys, I love y'all so much, but like, you know, I don't know, you just feel like you're missing something. And I think incorporating the Bible more into my life has given me that like, you know, that it's like the little puzzle piece that I was missing in my life that I needed before. And you don't know you need it until you have it, and you realize what you didn't have when you didn't have it. Does that make sense? Which like you realize like back in the times before, you're like, okay, so that's what I was missing. You know what I mean? It's like those little baby toys.
I feel like what you said about work, taking that with what Kendall just said, it feels like by default, we either live in the extremes of boredom or busyness, especially in high school. And neither is good. And I'm wondering, like, how do we find the balance between it? Also makes you think of what Holly said at church recently, where she said that we oftentimes try to mask our emptiness with busyness. So I'm like, I'm scratching my head. I'm like, how can we not be busy but not bored?
I feel like there is a part of that requires experimentation.
Okay.
Like it requires doing all the sports to know, actually, this isn't going to give me the enjoyment and the fulfillment that I thought it would. There may be some like really good stuff that came from that still. But I think it is about kind of exploring and like figuring out what is it that what's that verse that says, delight yourself in the Lord and he'll give you the desires of your heart. It's like you've got to figure out for yourself, what is it that delights me? Is it reading a whole chapter of the Bible, a whole book of the Bible? For me, that kind of drains me. So I got to like take it like literally one verse at a time and just sit on it and then try to like really memorize it and really digest it and like really try to apply just one thing at a time for me to feel like, I'm actually growing. I'm making progress. But I think it can be discouraging when it's like I've tried it all and it didn't work out, but we really haven't tried it all. We just like gave it a little attempt at every little thing. And I tried worship, or I tried this church, or I tried that church, and nothing really stuck. And so I think there is a value to.
I like the experimentation.
Experiment
it makes me think about in summer. I feel like I'm remembering my junior year summer. Oh,
Came out here.
What y'all talking about right now?
The
Summertime thing.
value in experimentation.
Yeah.
To find the balance between busyness and boredom.
Yeah.
And well, here's the deal. The only way to reinvent yourself is to experiment.
Yeah.
And the only way to grow is to reinvent yourself. So you have to experiment to reinvent in order to grow.
Dang.
That's it. This has been a great episode of.
Let me
Let's wrap it up on that.
I'm trying to mull that over.
You know what I was thinking about though?
What?
Yeah.
What I don't like, something that I really, 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 really try to understand is where does this pressure of needing to feel like we've got a complete hold on the Bible, because I don't think that we ever will. But when I'm trying to read the Bible and I am stuck on Exodus because the wording I feel like is confusing my brain, and I'm like, dang, if I can't read the book of God, I'm working at a church, I'm a fraud. And I'm like, where does this come from? And I genuinely think the root is most likely comparison.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Like,
Especially with like social media and stuff. You compare yourself to other people.
I'll be looking and I'm like, dang, Kendall has a favorite book of the Bible, and I don't even have a favorite verse, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I almost got discouraged in that moment, but I think
low key, for real.
But then one time I heard, I don't know if it's still on YouTube, but Pastor Stephen put one of his intern teachings up on YouTube, like he does from time to time. And I heard him say once that all comparison isn't bad. He said, because if you don't have comparison, then you don't have anything to elevate yourself or to measure yourself against. So sometimes let's be honest. We sometimes I think we almost meme this, but this is a reality. Like Tiffany Hudson, like she's one of the first people to pray. Like I've seen her 2 rhythm nights in a row, come off stage and pray for someone, right? Yeah. And I can either mock it, I can either feel bad about myself, or, and this is what I've been trying to do, is go, dang, bro, I need to get like that a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It's because comparison can either be toxic or it can be a part of growing.
Yeah.
Wow. I feel like there is a back and forth, kind of going back to the summer versus school. There almost is a beauty in a sense to that boredom, to getting alone during the summer, to trying to experiment, trying to figure things out for yourself. Yeah. And then back in the school year where you're trying to apply it and figure out okay, it says to go into all the world and preach the good news. I'm going to try to sit with someone new at school. I don't know. There's that application, and then there's also this getting alone with God. Yeah. Going to the mountaintop or whatever that might be. Yeah. To really try to figure things out.
I have a summer question for everyone and put it in the comments. When I think about my summer, and I even think of the pressure that you were talking about, Cole, I think a lot of it comes down to, Kendall, you mentioned your friends, who you're listening to. Yeah. So when it comes to, are you wasting your time or are you working? So I remember junior year, junior year is when I really started getting serious with Jesus. I had my mom telling me that I was wasting my time playing video games, and I had my friends telling me that I was wasting my time going to church. Both were wrong. Because what my mom doesn't know is that,
you're
my
the
mom
pastor
didn't know.
of esports and you're a pastor in general. What in the world?
But just in 2021 alone, 83 teenagers have joined a youth group on one of our gaming streams.
Insane.
And I didn't even know, I couldn't have known that. And then at the same time, my friends are telling me I'm wasting my life going to church. But Chris, Cody, Billy, Gina, I love all y'all, but I kind of think I made the right choice, just being honest.
So,
I know they're watching.
You know what Pastor said? He said, childish faith is faith without patience.
Yeah.
I think childlike faith is faith without limitations. And I think the cool thing is people did not have patience to see that eventually what those seeds that you were planting in your life of gaming or whatever it was pastoring, going to churching, go to the Daytona Beach Camp, playing with guns.
Beach week.
All of that stuff, God led you to the moment that you were in right now. And I think because you did not have a limit on your mind of where he would be able to take you, it allows you to be.
Well, and it makes me think most people we're all very limited. So why do we let limited people put limitations on our lives?
Yeah.
You know, that's a very good question that I don't think man has the answer to.
Yeah.
I'm still reloading on that one. I don't even, Could you rephrase
I gotta digest that one. That was good.
Well, I just think it's just like our friends are just as lost as we are, right? On some level. So why do we put what someone like it also is like we're not at our church, like we are not like we're really not anti anyone. We're for people, right?
Right.
But sometimes what we talk about a lot when it comes to influence is we try to question why some of us blindly follow people just because they have money and fame, as if we aren't scrutinizing how the rest of their lives is just as messed up. Like, just because somebody has a blue check next to their name doesn't mean that they have figured out their dad issues any more than I have.
Yeah.
So, but why am I listening? What does the blue, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Also, but while we're on that thought, Abigail, you said in the chat, I do not know how to pray. I use internet prayers. That is sad. I don't think that's sad. I actually think it's inspirational that you know where to go to where you would be able to have a conversation with God, because that's really what all prayer is. It's just a conversation between you and your Father. I feel like
I'm still trying to figure that out.
My family always laughs because I start all my prayers off. I go, "Oh, hey God," and like it's just like a conversation for me. But like that's like I learned how to like I was raised in the church, so like praying for me like it felt like it always felt very like serious. Like I never really felt like it was like I don't know. I didn't relate to it like early on in life, but then like I started building my own relationship with God, and I was like, oh okay, it's kind of like just talking to a friend. Like you're just talking to a friend. That's it. So you know, like I guess. People put a lot of like pressure on you to like pray this, pray that, but like it's just a conversation. You're just talking to God.
I used to be terrified to pray out loud because I would compare myself to the different people who would be praying. And I'm like, dang, when they say the word Jesus, I feel shivers. I don't have that type of power. And I got so caught up in thinking about what I would say when I would pray, rather than just having the conversation with God itself, that my prayers would come out so like I would be stuttering. I wouldn't even know what to say because I would be so focused into how am I going to sound to where these people will think that my prayer is good. It doesn't matter if man thinks your prayer is good. The prayer is a conversation between you and God. It's good to him.
You just helped me figure something out. You saying that, like, because it's back to comparison, right? You were comparing their style. So bad comparison comes when we're comparing our style, but good comparison comes when we compare their substance. So like I might not pray like Evan, and I'm probably never going to. But what I should compare myself to is, man, how does he draw closer to God? Or like Kendall, like you getting into Ecclesiastes challenges me, but I'm not going to compare the style of how you approach it, but just the substance of whether or not I should.
Wow.
Style or substance? Summer 2021.
Did you just pull that out of nowhere?
You helped me figure that out.
Hey, Tim.
That's solid.
Tim, one more week. One more week. We need some because John just pulled something crazy. Style or substance? That was
good.
That was good.
That was really
now
good.
I'm about to be comparing am I saying things like style or substance in my idle time?
Well, does that make sense?
It's not.
Because it's on the fly. We gotta corroborate. Is that?
No, it makes a lot of sense.
What do you think, Evan?
Yeah, I think that is a good delineation between the two, because I feel like I'm like. Yeah, there are two types of
Get a
comparison.
Webster dictionary over here.
Yeah, can we get it?
Y'all are using big words.
I think that's a good separation of those two types of comparison. Stylistic comparison and substance comparison. And I think it is, like you're saying, it is really good to compare your substance to someone else's. Just like, I feel like maybe for you, like sports, like when you're in a race, it's good to compare and figure out who actually won the race, because then you can know, okay, I need to improve this, or they're better at this. But stylistically, it's not good to compare.
Like it would be crazy for you to compare yourself to the lead graphic designer for Star Wars.
It's
and rather
it's stylistic. It's subjective. It's to each his own. Like. And I feel like there's nothing productive that can come from a stylistic, putting two styles next to each other.
I don't know if this makes sense. I'm breaking it off of what John said.
Help us in the comments.
What you said is stylistic comparison is like, that's what leads to doubt. Substance comparison is what we can use to inspire us. I think when we're comparing ourselves to someone's style, it's because we like, have you ever seen someone's style? Like, Mait, he's somebody who in our office who dresses nice. And I feel like a lot of people within our office would try and copy his style. But when they wear it, it just doesn't look good.
Right. Because they're looking at the external, not the internal. They shouldn't go, how does Mait dress? They should go, how can I present myself in the best way? And then find it within themselves.
Fire.
What?
Why you pet him like that?
He said, "I got your hat." Got your
okay,
head.
because this is what I think though. It's toxic,
Got your
right?
hat.
It's toxic. If we're not careful, this is what I think we tell people. In our effort to tell people not to listen to the wrong voices, we maybe will teach them to not listen to any voices. But it would be foolish for us to not look at some marriages, some of our teachers, some of our youth directors and e-group leaders and go, I'm comparing my life to the way you live. I need to be like that. Like, it'd be foolish to not, right?
Yeah.
But it's about how. I don't know.
Wow. That is amazing.
I'll tell you one thing. I could work out a lot this summer, but my abs are never gonna look like Mait's, bro.
No, they can.
I don't think.
I mean,
so,
you
bro.
could have abs. They just would not be Mait's. It's a lot of genetic stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, I think he got the super serum.
Yeah.
His mom was.
We need to get John off the
feeding
podcast.
him
He's
something
dropping
different.
Too many nuggets. Dropping too many nuggets.
Okay, so Kendall, what are, from your vantage point, what are the things? What are some first things that come to your head when it comes to what makes summer toxic?
Ooh. I think it's the idle time.
Idle time?
Because my grandma used to always, or my great grandma, the first thing she goes, idle time. Idle hands are the devil's playthings.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it's very easy to get wrapped up in just mess, just all kinds of mess. Like, people are bored over summer. That's why I think it's so important to check who you surround yourself with. And I know that, who was it that talked about like your circle?
It was Rich Wilkerson Jr.
Okay, that's what you talked about like your circle and who you surround yourself with. And I think being able to like look at like who's around you and you're like, are they really making me better? Are they building me up as a person? Like, for me, like, am I playing with like people who are good? People who are like good are gonna make me better as a player. Like, in the classroom, am I studying with people who are like smarter than me? So maybe I can like, they can teach me something I didn't know. In the church, I'm with talking to my e-group leader and things like that. And cause she knows more than me. Shout out to Ann, love you, Ann.
Matter of fact, if you're not in an e-group, you need to join.
What are the comments right now?
Right now,
Gotta get in an e-group.
Location, we can get you into an e-group right now today. It's
true. Yeah.
Promise you.
Truthful.
Instant friends, instant community.
Instant friends.
Conversations.
Instant family, man. E-group is like family. My e-group is like my family. I know. I texted them at like 3 o'clock in the morning and I got 6 replies like this.
I don't know what family you have.
It was random.
But if I texted
like,
my
I had a
family
thought
at 3 a.m.
Like, I wasn't expecting them to answer. I was like, y'all, I have a question. If I don't ask it now, I'm gonna forget. And everybody was like, all right, what's up? I was like, dang, I wasn't expecting y'all to be
first of all,
up.
why are y'all up?
All right, yeah, I was concerned.
Matter of fact,
I was
y'all just
concerned.
Join Kendall's e-group. Because that you won't get that. If a kid in my e-group texted me at 3 a.m. and they're not like, hey, I just drove into a ditch and I'm unconscious, and somehow they called me while they were unconscious.
Can wait till
That's
morning.
the only way I'm coming. But if it's like, hey, I need to know, were Adam and Eve really eating apples? I'm not even awake enough.
That's literally what it was something like along those lines.
Thoughts.
It was random.
Yeah,
it was random. Like, it was, I don't know, it was random.
Tonight, I almost started crying.
Dang, I saw that.
It was cool.
That was so cool.
It was cool, and I think that's really why you should join an e-group. I was in an e-group all throughout high school. Then I got the opportunity to lead an e-group my senior year. And I feel like that's what really allowed me to maintain my faith throughout the school year. Because knowing that there's little eyes watching you, knowing
counting on you.
It kind of changed my perspective in school. Because I'm like, if guys in my e-group are watching me, people in my school could be watching me as well. And I don't want to be a person who has poor integrity. So I just started to alter my walk.
Yeah.
Try and be better. I mean, I'm not perfect. I don't think anyone is, but I try and be as good as I
feel
can.
I feel like that is a beauty of it, that you can like know people and through all those different stages of your life, to always have people there from, beginning of high school, even middle school, going into middle school. Like, I'm leading a middle school guys group right now, and I've known them since they were in 6th grade. They're about to go into high school now, and it's cool to see like
shout out
different stages of
and like they get to all figure things out together. It's not like individually.
That's so cool that they're getting so started in that so early, though.
Yeah,
I wish I was in an e-group in 6th grade.
If you want to lead
that
an
would
e-group,
have
the
saved me
best
a
way
lot
to
of
do
mistakes.
it, start in middle school and go up to high school.
Yeah.
It's inspirational.
Yeah.
But as Evan was talking about, getting around people who are older than you, who may know some life lessons, that does not apply to freshman girls and senior boys. That is not applicable.
I'm about to leave. I'm about to walk out this church.
Kendall, we're talking to you.
We're talking about your summer crush at YTHX 2018.
I'm about to leave. They're about to run me out of here.
It's fake love.
Fake love. Speaking of fake love.
Speaking of that song they sung today,
that song.
had me thinking about Drake.
Good night.
Well, hey, we
who
certainly
did it better?
We
The beat or
certainly
Drake?
in this summer y'all can have fun too. We didn't talk about that, but like it's okay to have fun in the summer. You should have fun.
Have fun. Go to the
definitely
pool.
have fun.
Go to the beach.
You know what I always think about? Like my late night thoughts, or some of y'all got other names for it. I'm like, dang, bro, God invented sugar.
I'm weak.
Hold on.
Bro, the way an apple tastes, God invented that.
Wow.
Bro, you know what I think about sometimes? Like when a really good laugh happens, you like laugh and it feels good.
Yeah.
God made that.
That's those shower thoughts. Like, you just
God
bored.
made that.
Y'all know
That's
what
those
somebody
shower
told me today?
thoughts, for real.
They were like, a bus has a bench, an aisle, and another bench, yet can still fit on one side of the street like a regular car.
Wow.
And
Wow.
you know
Like,
what
how
I
does
leave
that
you with
work?
that
Wow.
today? Have y'all ever heard the song Fake Love by Drake? Y'all know how we end the podcast. The song.
How's it start? How's it go?
Yeah, sing it for us.
The song, I've been down so long, it look like up to me.
They look up to me.
I got fake people showing fake. John, do you not know it? Straight up.
I just suck at singing.
Straight up to my face. Oh my gosh, that's literally Drake. That's literally him right there.
All right,
That's
y'all.
him.
Thank y'all for tuning in to Rhythm Night. Next one will be YTHX 21. Thank you for tuning in. We love y'all. Prayers
Like, comment,
up.
subscribe.
Rhythm high. Big love. Youth Nation.
Youth Nation.